Hello there, you are welcome to another insightful but yet exciting episode of Good Morning Tourism right here on CHTV. I am Erica Minta Ohene. And of course, you know I don't do this alone. My guest will be introduced after this quick commercial break. Do stick and stay with us. You're welcome back from that quick commercial break. If you just tuned in, this is Good Morning Tourism right here on CHTV. I have here with me Esquire Kojo Jemfi Bonsu, who is with Sundown Legal Services, and Mr. Samson Kofi Eti-Afo. You didn't let me mention your name for you. Who is the CEO of Justly Travel and Tour. You're welcome. You're welcome.
Thank you.
Without wasting much time, let's look at Ghana's intention to restart the process to establish national airlines.
Yes.
Is there a problem?
Let me say good morning to our cherished viewers and listeners as well. This is a very sensitive matter and it's a difficult one to discuss because there are a lot to talk about when it comes to the Ghana having an airline. You see, some time past, there was Ghana International Airline. So that was the nation's carrier that facilitated tourism and travels for the people, especially both outbound and inbound. But it got to a point, then it had to collapse, or the government had to actually divest its interest from the national carrier. The question is why? Why? Look, there was a point that government were allocating resources. I'm talking about financial resources to support the airline. See, we know that you can only stay in business when you at minimum you are breaking even. Breaking even means that you are able to earn a little profit above your expenditure or your operational costs. But this is an airline that was running at a loss, and government was supporting the airline with annual budgetary allocation. So it got to a point they realized that no, look, we are unable to provide financial support to the national carrier. That's why it came down to its needs. So if indeed we want to restart or we want to establish a new one, then it means that there should be proper mechanisms in place to the extent that the new airline will be competitive and can stand on its own and operate. Personally, I don't underscore the idea of a wholly owned national carrier. I don't agree, because if we do, we will come back to the same point. We will start beautifully, but the airline will run at a loss and we will come back to the same point. So I believe that it should be a public-private partnership so that the management of it will be in the hands of the private sector. Me, I'm not asking for any foreign partnership. I'm looking for Ghanaian partnership so that some Ghanaians who have resources, who have money, they can join hands with the state and set up the business and let the state leave the management of it in the hands of the private sector.
But you think it's a good initiative?
It is. You know, when we have the national carrier with our flag embossed on it in the skies, it gives us a high level of prestige and pride as a nation. So it is good. It is a good idea, and if it is well managed, I want to believe that all the major airlines that are operating, they are operating at profits. So if it is well managed, what it means is that it can even bring revenue to the states. That should be the ultimate goal, to set up a carrier that will bring in revenue, or that will even facilitate travel of people from Ghana to sometimes some of the airlines, in fact, majority of them, if you want to take an Emirate airline, they will certainly send you to Abu Dhabi before you are connected to your final destination. If you want the Qatar airline will take you to Qatar. You spend some more. So you see, it makes travel either difficult or more expensive or inconvenient. But once we have our national airline, we can target certain markets and provide direct flights to those markets. So it means that it is a good idea. As for having a national carrier, it's a good idea. But who will allay my fears? My fears is that if we don't set it well, if we allow it in the hands of government alone, we know how we do politics in this country. Government will appoint the chief executive officer, the director of operation, all of them, air aviation, they will become political appointees. And I am saying that if we go through that tangent, we will come back here after some few years and talk about the collapse of the national carrier. So I believe that many people in this country have the capacity to partner government to run this business. Government should facilitate. In fact, me, I'm a private sector driven person. So I believe that businesses must be left in the hands of the private sector. That is why I don't believe in government doing any business. Government should be a regulator, provides opportunities for individuals to run their business. So I believe that the government must provide opportunity for Ghanaians to create a new Ghana airline and manage it with a percentage or a share belonging to the state. I have no problem with that. But if you want to do it the business as usual and the rhetorics, we will come back and then we find the Ghana Airways or the Ghana International Airlines not working. So that is my take.
Oh, that's tough. Mr. Sampson, do you think there are potential benefits of Ghana having a national airline?
Okay, good morning once again to our cherished viewers.
Good morning.
This topic is a very difficult topic because we have seen some before. Ghana, what I've realized that if Ghana or a Ghanaian is managing something belong to the country, they don't do it well. If the property belong to the Ghana, they doesn't manage it well. But if it belong to the individual, they manage it and make more profits. So like my brother is saying, if the government can collaborate with individuals to manage it, that one, it will benefit the country. When you are traveling as a Ghanaian and you have your airline, you won't go and take any other country's airline, depending where you are going. Because right now when you are traveling, maybe Ethiopia airline, that one which is cheap, that everybody take. But right now when we have a Ghana Airways moving, UK, maybe US, maybe Germany, France, and this, and we are going, you will make sure you take Ghana Airways because the money will come into your country. They will sell fufu inside. But the management aspect is a problem. That is our problem, Ghana. Look at Ethiopia. Ethiopia is having about almost 200 and something airlines. Yeah. When you go to Ethiopia, every 10 minutes, plane is flying. When you go to South Africa, even Rwanda, Kenya, they are all having their flights. Why Ghana? Because when you are the one who is managed CEO of the Ghana Airways, when you are on leave, you go, your wife, your children, everybody, free tickets, you are moving.
I mean, for all you know, it's part of the company's policies. It is some of the incentives being given to them. So, I mean, that we can't question.
That is where we are now. This policy that you are talking, that is where you are now. By a private man, when a private man is handling, private man will never allow this. When you are traveling with your family. and we are paying crew and everybody. So why are they going to get the money? But they know that if it is for the government, the government will come and put in money. So they don't care. That is me. My problem is Ghana, we can start it very well, but the management aspect is our problem. So if the government is trying to come back with Ghana Airways or whatever airways they wanted to do, then they have to sit down and see how they will manage it so that we can benefit from it. So it is good.
Do you think it should be given to the private sector to manage, or the government should do it on its own?
That is it's
or
like
it should be a
collaboration
something. Okay.
It should be collaboration something. By government alone, when you say you are giving to government alone, that one, it won't get to any place. But if the individual businessman is investing in that businessman will never sit down and lose his money or capital. So he will make sure he's managing it very well. So collaboration will do than government will control all the shares.
Now let's link it to tourism.
Okay.
How is Ghana having a national airline going to impact the tourism industry in any way?
Okay, it helped the tourism industry because when I have a tourist coming into the country, maybe from US, there are about 20 tourists.
Yeah.
Sometimes they will ask you what airline is cheap that we can take it. Oh, Ghana Airways. So when 20 people, I'll have 20 people, somebody have 20 people, 30 people, and there are about 100 people. The revenue will come into the nation. So we are also benefit from it, other than going to Ethiopia, Kenya, or South Africa Airlines, going like this before. But when we have it, it will help our tourism. But in and out, it will help us.
Like he said, when we talk of corruption, it's not only stealing of money. Sometimes when you hear some of the benefit that office holders, have been given, it's so outrageous. It's so outrageous. So if we don't take care and it becomes a political appointment as usual, before you realize it is ridden with corruption and the operations have become partisan. And if it starts there, note that it will fail. If politics enter the place, corruption enter the place, it will fail. Then we will see the failure from the beginning. That is why I believe that, and I agree with Mr. Sampson, that we have to get collaboration, public-private partnership, get more people to come in and invest, and let government lay its hand off from the actual management. Government must benefit from the revenues that comes in, you get it. But government must lay its hand from who is the managing director or chief executive officer, who is the director of ticketing, and government must stay away from all these things and leave it for the private sector. Because, look, this airline business is highly competitive business. In fact, the profit that they get is not much. Sometimes if you sell a ticket, how much? Just small. So you need creativity. We need people with business innovations to enter into this new Ghana airline so that they can leverage their skills and then get the needed revenue or patronage of the airline so that we can get the benefit. But it is not about setting up airline for the sake of setting up an airline. If we do that, we will fail. So I'm saying that, yes, Ghana requires a new career. As for that one, it's non-negotiable. I believe with all those who believe in the same thing. You believe it should be done, but it should be managed properly. It should be managed in such a way that it will be beneficial to the state and not the state having to allocate budgetary support to an airline where other airlines will be making profit. And then you incur losses so much so that the state must give you money to support your operation. What are we doing? Mind you, it is not the only thing that can boost tourism in Ghana. We have neglected so many. Sports tourism, okay? How many people are we trying to export them out there? We can make a lot of money from sports tourism with minimum investment. We can look at the entertainment, music, and what have you. If you look at Black Sheriff and the impact that he is making across the globe, imagine we have about 20 of Black Sheriffs. We will get a lot of revenue. So it is not only the airline that, apart from the pride, yes, but we should be cautious in establishing it. Let us also cast our minds wide and look at other potential areas that can boost tourism.
Thank you. So we'll go for a quick turn. When we are back, we have another interesting topic to discuss. Do stay with us. We are back from that quick turn. Once again, this is Good Morning Tourism right here on CHTV. Esquire, another interesting is the renaming of the Young Dundas Square to Sankofa Square. What do you have to say about that?
So, I'm looking at it from a certain perspective.
Okay.
That a country like Canada has seen the essence of naming its tourist site after a Ghanaian name. That is significant. One, it shows how they appreciate the Ghanaian situation to the extent that it has named a facility like that after Ghana. And if you read, you know, the whites don't do their things anyhow. This is a Toronto City Council that has approved the renaming to the Sankofa. And it went through their democratic process because the council met and they voted. The council met when they proposed to rename the facility to Sankofa Square. They subjected it to voting. And out of the number of persons qualified to vote, 17 voted in favor and 7 voted against. So I'm looking at it from a certain perspective. That one, the council want to create a relationship between Toronto and Ghana. In that sense, it is a positive endeavor. Because whatever be the case, building a diplomatic relationship with other countries is very important when it comes to tourism. Because Mr. Sampson is here, is a tourist, a tour travel and tour operator. A time may come, he may have visitors from Ghana who want to visit Toronto and will require documentation from the Toronto City Council that will facilitate their travels. And I believe when there's a relationship like this, it will facilitate businesses such as that. So I am hoping that the ulterior motive may not be negative, but is to provide or promote the relationship between the Toronto City Council and that of Ghana. But the point is, if a country is raising the Ghana flag high, what are we internally doing? It brings back my call for development of tourism, investment into the tourism sector, and having a plan so that we all know where we want to take the Ghana's tourism industry to. If we don't do this, others will take advantage of us. Because Sankofa means go back and take it. And the Canadians, for this monument that they have named after Sankofa, they are telling their own country something. That there are certain things that they have to go back as a country and take. And what is it? They know. But I'm saying that it is strategic for them. But we should also leverage it so that the Ghanaian businesses, travel and tour operators that we have in country can take advantage from what is happening and provide services to the City Council of Toronto.
Thank you. Mr. Sampson, what do you have to say about the renaming of the Young Dundas Square to Sankofa Square?
It is good that a country will name its facility in another country's name or another country's language means Sankofa. That means go back and what and take. There is a reason to it that these Canadians accept that they will name their facility as a Ghanaian language, Sankofa. So, it is good thing for us to, but Ghana, what are we also benefit from it? It is not that ministers and the tourism and about 2 or 3 people who go there and go, and after that, Ghanaians are not going to benefit anything from it. So if it is a good intention, that they establish that tourist attraction center at Toronto, that's Sankofa, but that means they should allow Ghanaians or Africans to go there and go and learn, so that they also will come here to come and learn our culture. We can also go there and learn their culture, but that means we are doing business together. Because that means we have to do business together. So if they will benefit from us and we cannot benefit from them, then that means what we are doing is like we are not benefiting anything. But that means I don't think the reason why we should do that. But if we, as a country, are going to benefit from what they are exhibiting, that means Ghana is good for us. So we are waiting for them to see.
When you say benefit, if we will benefit, see, there will be no money sitting somewhere that say, oh, because we have signed a partnership with these people, or because we have agreed to rename our facility after this is how much you get. No. I'm saying that this has created a relationship between Toronto and Ghana. And I'm saying that how would industry players take advantage of this relationship that has been created?
Exactly. And
make money or make business out of that. You get it? So I'm saying that, please, Mr. Samson, you are an industry player. You should be thinking about the prospect in Toronto. What can you benefit? What are the opportunities that this relationship brings, so that you can boost your businesses in Ghana? Otherwise, I believe, and I'm sure, the whites, before they do something, they would have thought about it long ago. They knew what they are doing with this renaming, but we have taken it as fanfare. So maybe minister will come. Ghana's minister will be there and say, oh, look at, we are renaming our facility, a square, to Sankofa, a Ghanaian name. Why would they do that? You think they don't have a plan? They do. But when they wrote to us, or they indicated to the Ghanaian community, this is a government, that this is our idea, have we also thought of something to benefit as a country? But we are only interested in the fanfare. They will buy ticket first class for you, for government officials to come and witness. They will.
But do you think it reflects our values and culture in any way?
This is not values and culture. It reflects maybe our weak mindsets. It may not be weak mindsets, and we don't take deep reflection over certain things. Maybe something like that, because it's not our culture. If somebody extends an invitation to you, providing you freebies, you think freebies, you should pause in a moment and think that, no, what is happening? What can we also benefit from what is happening? So before you get there, you would have also designed other offers. That, okay, now that you are naming this popular facility after Sankofa, you are creating a relationship with Ghana. We also want A, B, C, D to happen. Have we done that? The people that have represented the state there must come and tell us what they submitted, what they offered to the Toronto Council in return for this gesture. But the white, before you think, they have thought. So they know the purpose of doing this, and they are going to leverage this naming to make either money or get extra naming about the Toronto city and change certain perception at all costs. You see that sometimes what they do is that people perceive them to be racist, racist. People perceive them to be racist. So it can happen that in changing that perception, they can tap into certain important countries and bring them to be part of their society. And this will erase or reduce the perception about the Canadian people. You get some of these things, maybe the mind behind some of these things. If that is their mind, that's okay. They can go ahead and change their perception. But for us, what are we also getting? What advantage are we also taking? So that much as they change their perception, we can also take, if it is money that we are looking for, we also get the money from it. And I'm saying that for all you know, these things may be lacking. And that is my problem.
Like he said, white, they don't just do anything. Okay. Maybe white man, he need this thing from you. But he will never come straight and say, I need this. Because Ghana, we have resources, a lot of resources that we have. So Canadians government will say, oh, let us collaborate with Ghana government and name this our facilities Sankofa. So that when we are friendship and I ask, oh, give me your good, give me your this, give me your this, you can give it to him. But if we are not friends, when you ask me, I will never give it to you. But when we are friends and you ask me something, oh, it's my friend, let me give it. By so doing, he's benefiting from you. He's taking your resources out. But what you are you also getting from them? I can tell you, I mean, the tourism sector, you can even say you are sending 10 people into Canada for tourism. They will refuse you. But when the Canadians are coming into Ghana, 100,000, they will issue them visa. Because they are white. But when you are going, they will refuse you. Is it the friendship? Is it that friendship that we are coming together, or what? Or what are they benefit? That's why council say white will never do anything that will never benefit it from you. But they will use their mind. So we also have to use our mind when they are coming, because Ghana, we have resources, so and a lot of countries wanted to come and take our resources away, but they will never come straight. They will pass through some certain things. Oh, Sankofa, this is monomos Sankofa. When you go there, oh, Sankofa, so give us your gold so that we can build Sankofa very well, build our diamond so that we can do this. Then they are taking it. By the time you realize, oh, they finish you.
Why are we just looking at the negative side? Can't we look at the positive side?
Because of the experience that we are having past. The experience.
No, you see, let me chip in this. I'm saying that if we are looking at the positives, one of them is collaboration.
Yeah.
One of them is an opportunity for people to be able to travel to, say, Toronto. But that is why Mr. Sampson is saying that if you send 10 people to the embassy, they will refuse them the visa. Is it not common in Ghana? I think one day we have to come and talk about visas and related matters. Here, they will refuse. Look at the queues. When you go to some of the embassies, you have to deposit your passport, everything, and you go and join you're not natural queue, but you will be in queue. You'll be in your house. Go 3 months. Then they are processing the visa.
What if this renaming is going to solve all these issues?
I'm not sure. We haven't heard about that.
Can we be optimistic for once?
It is never the case.
The pessimism is too much.
It's never the case. No, if this is a case, even locally, we would have talked about it. Government would have published it. Even the Canadian embassy, they themselves would have published it and said, oh, today we have established a new relationship with the people of Ghana. So they are naming their facility after this person. As a result of this collaboration, this is what Ghanaians will get. And then we are going to relax the visa for tourists. We are going to speed up even the processing time and everything to the people. But we haven't heard anything like this. We cannot sit here and assume that there are benefits.
Same way we can't assume there are no benefits.
Well, I'm saying that if there...
We have this adage that says, "What dream Papa, no dream Bonnie."
Okay, then I'm saying that if there were benefits, okay, if there were benefits, nobody will publish a negative thing. If there were no bad thing associated with it, they would have told, nobody would tell you that these are the bad things. But if there were positive things, that one, Government want to take credit. The embassy want to take credit. They will tell you that, hey, no, we have a new relationship with Canada. Ghanaians have been given 10 scholarships to go and study under the Sankofa project in Toronto, sponsored by Toronto City Council. You think government will sit on this information? No government will do that. So the fact that they are quiet, I can conclude. If you don't want to conclude, fine. But I will conclude that the fact that everybody is quiet, the fact that no information as to the benefit has been given to us, I can presume safely that it's just a fanfare that we are going to have in Canada.
Well, I'm still optimistic about this, though.
Very well. You are entitled to your
opinion.
Your noble opinion.
I mean, everyone is entitled to their opinion.
Well.
I would like to take your last remark for the show, Mr. Sampson.
It is a good thing or a good steps for the government to reinstate Ghana Airways. We appreciate it. But what I will tell the government is we should bring good management so that it shouldn't be one day show, so that we can also compete with other countries. If Ghana, we are having 20, 30, 40 aircraft commercial, it will benefit us. It will be our, but if you want, you can manage one. While some people are managing about 200 aircraft. So, we'll see.
Thank you, Mr. Sampson.
I'm not a doubting Thomas. I have spoken my mind. I believe it is a good call. Government has initiated. Let us give them our support. And government, you have our support. We all support the idea of setting up a new career. No problem about that. Like my brother said, it is the structural arrangement that is important. If the structures that they will put in place is not strong, no matter how big the house will be, the house will collapse. The structure, the foundation, they have to lay it well so that when we take off, we become more competitive globally and make the needed resources and impact that we need from the career. Apart from that, we bless the nation, the government.
Sankofa Square.
Yes. And Sankofa Square. Oh, they should name more. In fact, they should name more places in Canada after. Most of the Jinyame Square, we have Akwaba Square, those they should name more. They should name more. But they shouldn't leave it there. They shouldn't leave it there.
It's not a matter of naming.
Naming. It's
not
about
a matter of naming.
the gesture of friendship. Okay, that is mutual.
Okay.
The friendship, the two parties will all benefit. Okay, not people benefiting at the detriment of the other. They have done those things. I'm not referring to Canada. I'm doing the West. They have done this for far too long. They have exploited the weaker ones, particularly people from the African region. They have exploited it for a very long time. It is time they set up structures that will be mutually beneficial to all of us, especially we, the Africans who are downtrodden.
Of course. Thank you so much, Mr. Sampson. Thank you, Esquire. It has been another exciting episode of Good Morning Tourism right here on CHTV. This is where we bring this particular one to an end. My name is Erica Minta Ohene. Enjoy the rest of your day.